DMT or N,N-dimethyltryptamine is the compound that we've been discussing, whereas 5-MeO N,N-dimethyltryptamine, although the name sounds very similar, it's a completely different drug and different interaction and induces a completely different experience. So 5-MeO has a lot more 5-HT1A receptor agonism, and what they experience and what people experience on DMO is more consistently and reliably sort of a non-dual, unitive, ego dissolution, expansive consciousness type experience. It's not as populated with these visionary or visuals that we've described on DMT, like the architecture and the entities. It's more this non-dual experience. And speaking to 5-MeO, I think, and it might be something that pertains to DMT as well, but I think one thing that Chris Timmerman I heard say recently, which is really interesting, and I hope this is what he meant by it, but he's really interested in framing the understanding of psychedelics as what happens when you disrupt normal brain function. And the phenomenology of 5-MeO DMT is definitely caused by 5-MeO DMT, but might be mediated by disruption of brain function. And that might seem like a little bit of a nuanced difference, but it's actually really important because in epidemiology, and I studied a little bit of epidemiology after finishing my fellowship, we would make a strong distinction between a causative agent and a mediator. So what a mediator is a third variable that's on the biological pathway between a causative agent and an outcome. And what Chris is proposing, which I think is really, really interesting, is that although, like I said, the 5-MeO DMT causes this experience, it could be mediated through brain disruption. And it's actually the brain disruption that is then generating this experience, which is interesting because you can get brain disruption through multiple different mechanisms. And 5-MeO is just one of those mechanisms that happens to disrupt the brain and then generate this sort of ego dissolution, non-dual, expansive consciousness experience.